Hey, and welcome to the first episode of Random Money Stories. Today, we are going to look into some random people's worst financial decisions. Please smash that like button for a lifetime of financial luck. Alright, let's dive into it. Bankers, accountants, financial professionals, and insurance agents of Reddit, what's the worst financial decision you've seen a client make? Former bank teller here. Not sure if this quite fits the question, but here it is. Had an older gentleman who would typically only come in once a month and pull out a few $100s for living expenses. Nice old guy, by the way. One month, he comes in twice in 2 weeks and pulls out $5,000, which was bizarre for him. When he came in the third week in a row, I planned on asking him if he was remodeling his home or something, but I didn't have to. He came in to get another $5,000 and told me he had won the lottery but had to pay taxes on his winnings. Some of you already know where this is going. He had received a letter that he won around $3 million from Kentucky State Lotto. We were in Florida, but before he could claim it, he had to pay the taxes on it. His account was set up that you could only withdraw $5,000 a week, hence him coming every week. I tried to explain to him that he was being scammed, to stop sending them money. He was no longer a nice old man when I said that. He accused me of being jealous of his winnings and that he'd show me when he deposited his millions into a different bank. Then he left. I talked to my manager, who then talked to the cops and said there wasn't much they could do since it was out of state. His family even contacted us and begged us not to give him any more of his money when they found out what was going on, which we cannot legally do. The only thing we could do was close his account because we didn't want to have any responsibility in his downfall. He came in the following week. Manager explained what was going on, and he left with the cashier's check after quite a few more expletives. Found out a few months later after that the scammers got another $50,000 out of him before his family was finally able to get power of attorney and control his finances. Not sure what happened to him after that, but that's a shame. Had a client who was extremely wealthy about 8 years ago tell us he was no longer going to use our services. Last year, we got an extremely angry phone call from his wife asking us why we haven't been filing their taxes. We showed her the paperwork where her husband said he was no longer going to use our services. And then shit hit the fan. This dude apparently just decided he wasn't going to pay any more taxes and didn't file a return for 8 years and had been lying to his wife. They were rich and owed almost $1.4 million in taxes, not including interest and penalties. And oh yeah, they got absolutely fried by the IRS. If you're in a relationship with someone, you need to be involved in financial decisions. Never let one party handle all of the money and make all the decisions. That is how bad things happen in both businesses and relationships. Tax accountant here. Where do I begin? I had one client that had the money to pay for his kids' college without taking out any loans. Instead, he decided to take out a loan on his house to pay for his college in order to claim a deduction on his tax return. When I explained to him that the benefits he'll go from claiming the interest deduction on his return would not outweigh the amount he spends on interest, he was certain I was wrong, even after I showed him the total amount of interest he'd pay and compared that to the expected tax benefit he'd receive for it. Another client was contributing to her 401k and then pulling it out right away. She thought this way she saved money on her taxes. What was really happening was the money was going to her 401k pre-tax, which is where she got the idea that she saved money. And she would then pull the pre-tax money out, but then she had to pay that tax plus a 10% penalty for early distribution when she actually filed her taxes. Took a lot of explaining to get her to understand that she was going to pay 10% extra more on that money than she needed to, all because of this crazy loophole she thought she had discovered. I had one client that won the lottery. It was a $10,000 a month annuity for life, give or take. Pretty sweet deal, right? Well, he never went and claimed the prize because he didn't want to pay the taxes. I told him the taxes. He can retire and never work another day in his life while still earning $120K per year. Nope. He'd have to pay the taxes, so he didn't go claim the prize. I think he even threw the ticket out. Dude makes like 60K a year and he turned down the lotto winnings. Like, if you're not going to claim the winnings because you're that against paying any sort of taxes, why bother playing the lottery at all? There are so many that they all start to blend together. These dumb ones are really dumb. Morals of the story? The benefits you'll get from the tax deduction will never outweigh the benefit of not having to make that payment at all. If you have no clue about tax law and you think you've discovered some loophole, you're probably wrong. You're literally just being handed 120K a year just for existing. The tax implications. Just take the money. Please subscribe and like this video. Oh yeah, I saw you just press that button. That's nice. Thank you.